try to stream slash record like every night now that War of the Spark is officially out. I've already done some screwing around with some decks, as you can probably see from this, but this is a deck we're going to play tonight a little bit. I like the idea of Ilharg the Raised Boar. If you haven't read it yet, it's whenever he attacks, you can put a creature from your hand in the battlefield tapped and attacking, then it returns to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah, it's the red version of the gods. So basically, you can have stuff like Demanding Dragon, where you attack with Ilharg and then put a Demanding Dragon into play that either deals 5 damage or causes them to sacrifice a creature. You can throw down a Ronus that'll double everything else on the battlefield. You can throw down a Burning Sun's Avatar to deal some damage. I like throwing down Ravager Worm because it can fight off something. Palaka Worm is another excellent drop because when it enters the battlefield you gain 7 life, then it bounces back to your hand, you can play it again. So Palaka Worm is actually pretty awesome, and I may even go to 2 on this, but Endray's Forerunners is another excellent card for this kind of deck, because Endray's Forerunners enters and it pumps everything up. It's Vivian's ultimate with one thing. Well, let's look at the deck from the top. Got 2 Adventurous Impulses. We've got a lot of ramp here with the Llanowar and the Incubation Druid and Elvish Rejuvenators, and this is so that you can get Ilharg out as soon as possible. I've had turn 4 kills with this deck because I've gotten out, say, a Llanowar Elves you drop on the first turn, and then on the second turn you drop Rhythm of the Wild, and then on the third turn you drop Ilharg, and pair it with a Palaka Worm or Endray's Runners, and there's not much the opponent can do there. They usually concede when that happens. I have changed this deck up a little bit. Before it was a lot more top heavy, and it wasn't working out. I kept getting my ass kicked. So we went with smaller stuff toward the top, some Gruul Spellbreakers here, Naheb's in there, Dreadlord Champion. He's probably not great in this deck, but he is a 5/4 for 4 mana, and if you absolutely hate your hand, he can restock it, and I always like having some kind of card draw restock in my deck. 2 Rekindling Phoenixes. These are new additions just because Rekindling Phoenix is a great card, and it's early pressure if we don't get Ilharg or whatever out. 3 Beast Whisperers and a Guardian Project are your card draws. So even though we do have some duplicate creatures, we still get a lot of use out of Guardian Project, because basically everything that I can drop with Ilharg is only 1 in the deck. So yeah, Guardian Project comes down, I get a card every turn, and it's harder to kill than Beast Whisperer. Unfortunately, Beast Whisperer is cannon fodder to some decks. And yeah, that's the deck. It works all right. It's very fun to play. It's absolutely awesome dropping Ilharg the Raised Boar on everybody. I thought of a bunch of other things that you could put in this deck, but they didn't really work out. For example, I originally had a Tally in this deck, but I mean, a Tally plus Rhythm of the Wild is good, but it wasn't working out very well because Tally doesn't work, unfortunately, with Ilharg that well because it doesn't trigger Tally. So unfortunately, no Tally. I was very sad when I found that out because I thought it would have been awesome to drop Ilharg and then a Tally, but unfortunately a Tally triggers at the beginning of the attack phase, and yeah, so Ilharg works best with cards that have effects that happen when they come onto the battlefield, and that's what this does. It's red-green Stompy with a twist, and I called it Charge because obviously Boar charging along, and because of Rhythm of the Wild. So let's go have some fun. Sure, we can try it ranked. I mean, it's early in the way early, but yeah, we can try ranked. Ranks just reset. I'm going to skill out mono red here, aren't I? And I absolutely hate mono red. If there's one thing over and over and over again if me doing this stuff becomes a thing, is I hate mono red. I hate mono blue too, but I really hate mono red. Unfortunately, we kind of need the land here, which kind of sucks because that's a little hard gone, but we only had 2 land to start. And I didn't get any of my pumpers. Feels bad. But hey, we got Rhythm of the Wild, and then, you know, Beast Whisperer, and hopefully by then I'll draw some good stuff. I don't know what this guy's doing up there. Ot Hillen? It's turn 1, man. You can't have all that much to do. Sheesh. Mine. I mean, how hard was that to come to the conclusion that you needed to drop a land and play a Footlight Fiend? Oh, Priest did. Oh, now I get the incubation. Kind of late on there, and I played that one. I should have totally played that one too. And I was planning to close on what the hell I did that. Anyway, got Rhythm down. I'm gonna bait probably gonna die. If it doesn't die, it's great, but he's probably gonna priest it. Figured that was gonna happen.
If I were you, I'd rise.
Well, unfortunately, I can't even play the damn Land War Elf after the beast, so we're gonna play this. Attack Lyanna.
They were a lousy servant anyway.
So hopefully I'll be able to do something with these guys and blow Lyanna off the board next turn. We'll see what happens. Come on, priest.
Oh, I do love a good death wail. Yeah, unfortunately, they kind of got the combo out. Waste not, I've learned enough from you.
Well, that's somewhat good, I guess. Well, buy Liliana, or you can block with Judith.
Ugh, I hope you washed your hands first.
And we can still come back from this depending on what they drew, because they kind of blew their load there. They kind of god-drawed actually with that 3 fucking footlights and that.
I'll find a use for you.
Did he just hit himself with Liliana? Or with Judith? What? He just hit himself. That was weird. Anyway, that's a ton of card advantage to them, so they probably sheer unless I
Good help is easy to find in war.
or something. Yeah. They just have way too much creature destruction.
Death is enlightening.
I mean, if I get a land, then we'll keep going. If I don't, we're just gonna play one behind. Oh, we got He's just unfortunately got way too much card advantage here, so we're just gonna give up.
Waste not.
And apparently I lost my connection to the Magic Gathering server. Alright, well. Yeah, that was pretty much a god draw, and we didn't get all that good a draw with ours because we didn't get any of our 10 mana bumps. Oh well, got an Ilharg at least, so let's keep it and see what happens. And that's a third turn ahead, I guess. Oh, another druid. Some sort of weird version of Boros aggro. Well, we're gonna drop Force and drop Mr. Deadlord. I mean, maybe it eats a lava coil or something, but you know, live dangerously. But at least maybe whatever he eats means Ilharg will not eat it. Do whatever you're gonna do, come on. I guess that was worth it? Oh, alright, well, we're gonna do this then. Life to get you on the ground. I kind of want him to waste whatever removal he's got. This looks like a feather deck, actually. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's going to be fun. Well, I gotta hope he wasted his removal, because what's going to happen here is he's just going to bash the living hell out of him with Ilharg in a minute. So if he has removal for Ilharg, this game is probably over. Because again, the other guy just got a god draw and he did not. Because that's a pretty god draw. Two of those? You gotta be kidding me around here. I would have put that first, but whatever. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, baby, yes. Well, first of all, I need this guy so I can at least get some sort of damage. We're going to attack. Should do Burning Sun's Avatar or Ravager? Ravager, I'm thinking. Even though I lose that. No, this game's lost. that's 2 games in a row against God draws, which is great. You have to play an instructor. Oh well. Well, that is an excellent in-game draw, unfortunately. Well, no. I mean, yay! We finally got some of our boosters. Unfortunately, no Rhythm of the Wild. Absolutely got draw. Against Gruul Hog. Oh, look, speak of the devil. Crap, I should have kept that in. Well, no, because if I kept the board, I would be that one draw. So, you know. Well, that works. Actually, I can just get land every turn until something good comes up. Or we'll block that off, but you know, whatever. No, I can't do it till next turn, can I? Oh, fudge me. Well, I just wasted that, didn't I? Here. We're gonna get the +1. No, we're gonna get the haste. Kill my Ilharg off too. Well, that was a shit draw, wasn't it? Well, gotta do it. Actually, I think we play defense. Now I have a blocker out, so that's good. Pump him. No, yeah. Put up. We gotta play the waiting game right here. Oh, I need to get the Beast Whisperer out so I can start getting some card advantage here. Alright. This is a Galta deck, in which case I'm kind of doomed. Obviously he's trying to go wide, but I can go pretty wide too on this deck, so we'll see what happens here. Oh, of course he had a goddamn rabbit bite. Oh, there goes my card advantage. Okay, there goes his card advantage. Well, let's get some nonsense down there. I don't know why it asked me that, because I guess you could pay 2 life to have it come in tapped, but I mean it comes into the battlefield tapped anyway, so why does Stomp it? Why does it still ask you whether it wants you to pay it? Whatever. Okay, what we're gonna do is do slide for the +1 counters. We're actually going to attack with the Rage Ore. Play the Ravager Worm with +1. Whee! That's fine so far. Oh, okay. I guess he just gives up. Huh. Okay. That works for me. I almost lost that because I played too offensively. I forgot that, you know, hey, I don't have to blitz with Ilhard right away. I have nothing to blitz with. This is not a deck that would probably make it very high in ranking, and oh, holy smokes, that's nice, but I still didn't get any of my boosters, but I am going first. So we're gonna hope and pray that this guy did not God draw us. Yes, I know I used to use God draw a lot, and crap, that's kind of a shock. That could be any good news whatsoever. This deck doesn't fare too well against control. Oh, well, that's okay. Ooh, nice. This deck fares okay against control if I get Rhythm out. What, do you got an answer for the Rhythm already? Mortify, perhaps? I like night decks. I actually have a night deck that I should play. Didn't really get that much help. This is probably the most hated card, individual card in this game. I mean, as a rule, I hate mono red, but individual cards, that's probably top of the list. Anyway, drop this. Actually going to discard these two cards. Oh, God, am I glad I did that. On the other hand, that sucks. Ooh, he's got something. Oh, I'm going to save that. Fortunately, we are already top decking because of a flood of land. Was that 8 land and 13 cards? That's great. Oh, Gideon. Well,
together we can banish evil from this plane.
That's pretty much game over unless
I believe in you, friend.
Draw something off the top of the deck here to go with Mr. Ilhard. I don't know why he didn't do lifelink there. That was... Oh my god. I just... Whatever. Lost due to a flood of land. 9 out of 14 cards land? I mean, come on, how can... You can't do anything with that. It doesn't matter what deck you are. Sometimes I hate Magic the Gathering. So what are we, 1-3? Lost to Flood and lost to 2 God Draws. Well, what do you know, some variety. Mr. Demanding Dragon. Hopefully Adventurous Impulse will get us a beastie or something. Or an Ilharg, because dropping Ilharg plus that is a very nice combo. Yes, we're going to go second turn Rhythm on the off chance that we're playing Control or some nonsense like that. And then we'll drop the Incubation Druid with a counter on it. And yeah, and Hunt. Oh, hey. Oh, look at that top deck. Wow, isn't that lovely? Definitely drop in the Incubation Druid with a counter on. Oh, what a regrade. Oh, come on. For the love of everything. Well, either way, Ilharg's coming down next turn, so. Well, unfortunately, my Rhythm's gonna die. And that sucks. On the other hand, my Rhythm's not going to die, which means that if I can top deck a land here, I will be the happiest person on Earth. Oh, nope, never mind, he can still do it. What nutso deck is this? Cast down and thrashing Brontodon? Wow, he's just wasting his stuff at me. Oh well, let's see you wasted on this. Hey, I bet you wish you had that Vraska's back. Yeah, that's what really gonna wish you didn't do that moment. What kind of deck is this? Vraska's cast down, thrashing Brontodon? Jade like what? Blue mana? What the hell is this? Oh well, too bad. That didn't help me very much. Hey, guess what's coming at you next turn? Whack. That and the Demanding Dragon goes back to my hand. Thank you very much. He'll probably save the cast down for the Demanding Dragon, but the good part is the Demanding Dragon will still do his trick. So, yeah, he can't cast down Ilharg, because cast down is a non-legendary creature, so sucks to be him for that. I don't know what this guy has. What is this deck anyway? Well, that's just nonsense. Alright. I said, he can still cast down the Demanding Dragon, but the effect still goes off. Apologies. Oh. Cast down that. Now you gotta block with the Jade Light. Well, I hope you have something to kill Mr. Boar here. And even if you do have something to kill Mr. Boar here, another Mr. Boar is coming down. Not that he knows that. And, hey, the deck works. What do you know? Ooh, a rare. Pretty sure I already had that, but whatever. You know, I'm surprised that this doesn't have some sort of like stealth effect, can't be blocked, whatever, because I mean it's a submarine. I'm coughing. Anyway, Hugh. I do not think it sounds too much like a laugh. Especially since I go first. But we do have the Rejuvenator, and Phoenix, and this guy. I mean, part of me just wants to make a deck where I kick out like the Ravager Worms and stuff and just make, you know, Kindling the Phoenix like the top end of the deck so I don't need any more mana. But if you think about it, I really don't need more than 5 mana because Ilharg drops everything else. And I do run 23 mana in the deck. It's not like I'm running, you know, 20 mana and just getting mana screwed here. I'm running a decent amount of mana. With 10 boosters. Oh, I like this card. You know what, after this I might do might go through a deck build. There's one card I really want to make a deck about. And holy heck, this guy is taking a long time. No, I'm keeping my hand, thank you very much. And that is definitely going to the bottom, especially since I already have one in my hand. Holy. Well, it's not land, but it helps us find land. Works for me. Oh god. Oh my god. This is probably the second worst card for me. I hate this card. I just hate this card in general. But yeah, well, it was alright. Red mana, there we go. Oh, I'm probably playing Cutie Control or some variant thereof, so this is gonna suck. Well, assuming he actually gets through, I probably am going to discard the Ravager because it's just too much mana and he doesn't have any creatures that oh, right. Well, what? 5 damage. I could really use an Ilharg right now. my god, that is an awesome top deck. Thank you very much. It comes back. Well, better have something there, boy. If not, you're dead. Well, you're dead. Maybe you're not dead. Maybe you're... No, you're dead. That is an example of exactly how the deck is supposed to work. Of course, he did a bad Mastermind's acquisition, because if he'd thought about it, he would have known that I was going to deal him lethal damage next turn. Apparently, he didn't think about it. So, yeah, we just beat a version of Cutie Control, maybe? Whatever. Feels good. Actually, cancel that. Well, we are going to go do some deck building, perhaps. There is a card. Where is it? Living Twister. I so totally want to build this a deck based around this because I loved Seismic Assault. I have a paper Seismic Assault deck, if you don't know what Seismic Assault is. Basically, it's an enchantment that costs 3 red mana, I believe, and you throw lands at people and deal 2 damage. And I don't believe it costs mana. If I can, I'll maybe find a picture of it later and put it here. But anyway, the point is, yeah. So, Living Twister does a lot of junk, like Seismic Assault. So yeah, I really want to deal a deck based around this. And this is the... I'm going to just show the basic idea that I have, of course. For these, the Explore Core would come in good handy here, but you're also going to need this card, Crucible of Worlds, of which I only have 1, but now I'm going to have 4. You may play lands from your graveyard. So basically, you can discard lands and play them and then bounce them again with Living Twister. What else was I thinking would go in this deck? I think it's going to be a Path of Exploration deck. Creature enters... Yeah, I think this is going to be like a pump slash exploration deck. With standard Llanowar Elves. I don't know why they made that a common in mid-19 and an uncommon in Dominaria, whatever. Feels bad. Let's see. So we got Crucible of Worlds, Path of Discoveries, our Merfolk, Branch Walker here. Probably easier to find by that. Here we go. Branch Walkers, Jade Lights, of course. And if we're doing that, we might as well put the... You know, we don't actually need the Wild Growth Walker in there. Although he's nice for gaining life, and yeah, we might as well try it. It's a card that I can take out later if this deck ends up like crap. And I think you're gonna want maybe the Sawtooth guy. Swordtooth, not Sawtooth. Because you can play an additional land on each of your turns. There's an argument for making putting Growth Spiral in as well, and making it 3-color. I don't know that we have the room to do that. And yeah, we only have, what is it, 16. The problem with a deck like this is it usually is going to end up being more than 60 cards, because you need roughly 30 land to make a deck like this work. And unfortunately, Living Twister is pretty vulnerable to stuff, so I'm not really going by the 60 card limit here, because we're going to need some draw, and yeah, we're going to need some land. So I'm going to put in a Wayward Sawtooth. I'm going to splash blue here. This may end up being a horrible idea, but let's see if there's anything else that allows additional lands. Nisa. Add an additional. No. What is Nisa's? Nisa's Triumph, right? I'm thinking I want Nisa's Triumphs. There's only one Nisa Planeswalker. I mean, this is actually a land deck, so playing Nisa Who Shakes the World is not a bad thing. I don't know why they only... I mean, Nisa with 2 mana, but this with 5, and it's kind of like, well. Yeah, we're gonna go nuts past the 60 card limit, because I think my real life deck is like 70 cards, so that's kind of what I'm going for here. With around 30 land, so right now I'm just going to put in the Nisas. Yeah, this deck is going to take a lot of tweaking. And we got to have ways to cycle through the deck to get to Living Twister, so that's why I'm splashing in blue right now. Because obviously blue is very good at that. So we are going to splash in Growth Spirals. And we are also going to splash in Hydroids to gain life. I don't know why I took the ounce. Oh, because now that I click that, it's not going to keep them in, is it? Now, unfortunately, we don't really want a lot of dual land, or rather pain lands, because if they're coming back from the graveyard, I kind of don't want to be repeatedly doing that. So we'll have a smaller amount of pain lands than we normally would, although I guess if the pain lands go down, well, no, because Living Twister can bounce them. Yeah, how many land do we have right now? That's 30 land, isn't it? Yeah, that's about what I want. So we're gonna go with 2 of these, 3 of these. I'm gonna go with 2 and 3 on all of that. So we're just gonna go. You know, Evolving Wilds isn't bad, because it gets you more mana. You know, you could even splash in white and be nuts and do that Thran thing that destroys all the lands, and then you bring it all back with Crucible of Worlds, and yeah. I gotta break out my Seismic Assault deck and see what else I did with it. But anyway, this is just like a first very rudimentary look at this. But it's one of those, it's a deck that I think might be really, really fun to do. Alright, let's just go through here. Easier than remembering all the crap. There we are, Hinterland. Temple Garden and Sun Petal Grove. Now, we're gonna go down to, what is that, 10 here? Go down to 6 mountains. 3, where does that leave us? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Now that I look at it, I don't think it's really important to have the ramp. What are we really ramping to? Not much. I really wish they had more additional land cards. One of the things that really makes a seismic assault deck go at the Urza's Saga block, which is where I played, was a card called Exploration, which was 1 green mana, and you can play an extra land each turn. Then it's an enchantment. It was ridiculously overpowered. Unfortunately, the only thing that does the same thing here is Wayward Swordtooth, which is meh. But anyway, yeah. So that's yeah. Oh, it's already Living Twister. All right, and I like my Soul Ring. Man, I kind of want to buy the Hydrate Crisis. Oh well. Should be able to buy some for gold. And why's it got to be gems? Oh well, whatever. Okay, so there you have it. A crappy Path of Discovery deck. Anyway, let's try it out. Well, no, I'm not going to try it out tonight. I'm going to go back and play some Charge. Let's go. Sorry, I don't know why I built a deck like that. I know traditionally a lot of streamers will just make one deck and concentrate on it. Well, during one recording anyway. God, why can't I get, well, I did get one of my ramps, okay. Of course I got it with the Gruul Spellbreaker or something, yeah. Oh, he mulliganed, so we're gonna seeing the Watery Grave the first time did not make me happy, because I know he's probably going to play another land and Thought Erasure, and I'm going to play a card. Okay, maybe he'll just play a pain land for nothing. That works too. And we have like one of our awesome combos right here. Mythic combo right there, yeah. I would rather the Beast Whisper get countered. So yeah. probably gonna get a counter. That's alright. Okay, it's not gonna get a counter. Just have something to go for it. Yeah, maybe Vraska's gonna cast down. It's at a moment of craving range, which is one of the reasons I like this card. That is a pretty darn useless card for... I mean, it brings it back to my hand, but it doesn't really give you any card advantage. It's just right back there. So I'm hoping next turn that I can force him to counter the Gruul Spellbreaker and then drop Guardian Project. Even though he probably has Mortify for it or whatever, but, you know. He's not lacking cards up there right now. Fortunately, Beast Whisperer is recast, whereas this one is enters the battlefield. So I still get the card, which is nice. Ooh, another Ilharg. Hello, Guardian Project. So that now means that we can play one Ilharg and be happy. Oh, there's Vivian. Let's get my card. Oh, maybe he just concedes out of shame because he can't handle it. That would be nice. Oh look, either you have an answer for it or you don't. Jeez. Oh, a Phoenix, that's nice. Well, next turn, I think we're going to bait a Phoenix and then try and play Vivian. Oh, here's Cleansing Note. Not really sure why you would do that, just to get rid of my elf that I know, or my Juvenator that I no longer need. But okay. Well, hey, a free hand. How the fuck are we gonna handle this? Excuse my language. Oh, we are going to play Vivian and Ilharg, I guess.
Let's tear this place apart.
Why did I think I had that much more mana? Oh, well. Wham.
That can't have. Not bad for a mouse.
I think I had 10. I don't know. I'm nuts. Anyway, Vivian's a good card, constant threat. Because they're playing creatureless, so that's fine. That is fine because first we're going to Vivian.
Meet my newest friend.
Oh, another Phoenix. Maybe we just go double Phoenix here. We're gonna go Phoenix. Hey, we got a board down. Here's the problem with the boar. Whatever you do, it comes back. Problem is he can get my boar, but I can work around that. What, you don't have a Settle or a Kaya's Wrath or a Cleansing Nova? There we go. Oh, thank God. Watch this. This is going to be awesome. Well, I think I'm ready.
You can't stop nature.
Now, Thunk. Creature spells can't be countered. Thunk. Haste. And Thunk. Whack. Welcome to Stomp. Yeah, look at that, it ranked up. Isn't that very nice? Woohoo! Well, that was fun. Alright, we are going to do one more. And hey, I beat a control deck. Isn't that great, guys? Yeah, I love beating control decks. And I haven't seen Mono Red yet. Of course, now I'm fighting Chandra. Boy. And I'm Aurelia because I love how Aurelia looks. Oh, man, 2 mana. I'm probably going to regret this, but okay. Oh, blue. That is a 3rd turn Rekindling Phoenix, so... Oh, well, maybe it's not one of them. Ow. Maybe he's playing the other kind of Phoenix. Oh, sure, why not? So, yeah, that is a 3rd turn Ilhart on them. That's gonna hurt probably. Hello. Well, can you deal with that? Kind of useless to kill my incubation turret at this point. Though I am going to pump the incubation turret next turn, I think. Vivian, unfortunately, is not good against a bunch of flyers. Oh, wow. Well, that's gonna make him sad. Alright, well, you come down. When we attack here, we say, hello, Mr. Ravaging Worm. Ravaging Worm says, goodbye, Drake. And we go for the face. This is pretty close to a god draw for this deck. No rhythm. But we got a third turn Ilharg, so the only thing that could possibly have been better was a second turn Rhythm. But I don't think we could get Rhythm and Ilharg going, so. And the Ravager Worm bounces. Love it. Well, sir, do you have an answer to that? You probably do not. Yeah, I know. It sucks. If I were against my deck, I'd hate me. Fortunately, I'm not against my deck. I'm just saying, if I were against my deck, lefty's up. Oh, blink of an eye. Well, whatever. Unboosted blink of an eye, too. Terramanders. Getting to the point where you can boost the Terramanders. Also, unfortunately, draining his hand. Oh, look at that. So if I spend 5 mana on that, how much mana do I have left? 4. Okay. Well, guess who's coming to town? I don't really care whether he trades with the Phoenix. Even if he has like a shock or something, it's meh. Yeah, he's gonna trade with it and probably shock it off. But that's alright. I'm sorry, Mr. Phoenix. But you know, that gets him to waste a card. Oh, no. I'm not surprised. How many sorceries is that anyway? 4, 3. Oh, well, we can't pump the Terramanders this turn. Crackling Drake goes bye-bye to my Ravager Worm. Could use some card draw engine here. Yeah, we'll play Vivian. Yeah, I think I'm gonna draw Vivian because oh no! That was yay! I was in gold. I guess it. I don't know whether it just brings you back down a rank. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so that is my Ilharg charge deck. For those of you that want to see the deck list, yes, there it is. You know, we never got Palaka Worm, Enraged Forerunners, or God Eternal Rojas. Whatever. We did see Demanding Dragon, and especially Ravager Worm. Yeah, well. Alright, so that is all for now. Thank you for watching. And I will be back hopefully tomorrow for another, I don't know what deck we'll play tomorrow. But yeah, another deck. So have a good night. And this is Orion signing out.